Okay, good morning, welcome to
Counting number 4.
This is really going to be A4A. So we did a section on counting permutations yesterday, and by coincidence, you and I were talking through a problem from, I think it was the 2007 AMC 10A. And it went something like this. I didn't look up the exact wording. So two guides are taking 6 people on trips. Each person will go with one guide, and each guide must have at least one person. How many different sets of possible groups are there? That was the question. So it's just exactly the kind of thing we were talking about yesterday. And you had a nice solution to it. Do you remember how your solution went?
So I think I looked at it from the guide's perspective.
Okay.
And I said, so I split it up into cases. So, well, guide 1, the cases are guide 1 and guide 2. Guide 1 is 1. These are the possible cases.
Okay, this is interesting. So guide 1 might have one person, which would leave guide 2 with all 5 people?
Yep.
Guide 2 would have 2, leaving... Guide 1 would have 2, leaving guide 2 with 4. Guide 1 would have 3, leaving guide 2 with 3. Etc. 4, 2, 5, 1. Okay, so those are the possible cases. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. How many ways are there, can you tell me? For guide 1 to have one person and guide 2 to have 5 people.
Well, I think there's... you can have one person, well, you have 6 different people, so for the guide 1's perspective, there's 6 choices since there's 6 people.
Okay, and for each of those 6 choices, what happens to guide 2?
He gets 5 others.
Okay. So when guide 1 picks one person, how many different ways are there for guide 2 to get those 5 people? So guide 2 picks a specific person. Here's our people. Let's say guide 2 picks C.
Guide
1 picks C, sorry. How many different ways are there for guide 2 to get the 5 people?
Well, there's just one way. He has to pick all of them.
Ah, there's only one way. So that's why there's 6 ways for guide 1 to get one person and guide 2 to get 5, because as soon as guide 1 picks the one person, the 5 people for guide 2 are forced.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Does that tell you the number of ways for any of the other arrangements on here?
5 and 1, because there's, if you look at it from guide 2's perspective, you have the one, if you pick 1, then guide 1 there's only one way for guide 1 to pick 5.
Yeah. Okay, so there's 6 down here. Okay, awesome. What about 2 and 4?
2 and 4, well, there's, guide 1 has how many ways to pick 2 people? So there's 6 people to start, and 5, so it's 30, but since order doesn't matter, picking person A and person C would be the same as picking person C and person A.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So how many ways did I overcount
So
each
you're
group?
double counting, well, aren't you double counting? You're double counting every case twice.
Double counting? Twice?
We're just counting each case twice.
Yeah, we're counting each case twice, yeah. What would happen if you double counted twice?
That would get you, that would be like 6, like, it would be 7.5 cases, so that can happen. And
Anyway, so we overcounted. We counted each case twice here.
Yep.
All right, what about this? And that, right, the same reason tells us down here. What about this 3-3 case?
Well, you've got, there's no double on this case.
Right, there's no symmetry on that one.
So, you get 6 choices for the first person, 5 for the second, and 4 for the third, which is 6 times 5 times 4 is 120, divided by, well, you overcount 6 because there's three slots.
Do you see why we overcount each case 6 times?
Because there's 3 slots and you're overcounting each case twice.
Because you could think of it like this. Because for every case, like if you pick A, D, and F, you've got 3 letters. So any A, D. So there's 3 choices here, 2 choices here, and 1 choice here.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what's 120 divided by 6?
That's 20.
Alright, cool. So how many ways are there total here?
So I think we're going to multiply. We're going to multiply since we multiplied 4 overcounted.
Ah, interesting. These are all different from each other, right? But they only one can happen. So you can't have 1 5 and a 2 4 happen.
Yeah.
So there's 6 ways here, and then these are completely new ways down here.
Yeah.
Okay. So are we going to add or are we going to multiply?
It looks like we're going to multiply.
Well, let's talk about that in the next movie.